morning and welcome to Overview of Digital Marketing. My name is Professor Daniel Lois. This is my class at Santiago Canyon College, Division of Continuing Education. I am the full-time faculty coordinator and department chair of the Business Skills and CTE department, and it is with great pleasure that I bring you this class. It's a new class for us here that we're going to go through marketing at a 35,000 foot view, and then we're going to take it all the way down to a very granular level, starting off by looking at the broad topics in marketing, such as market research, and then we'll segue into social media. We'll talk about digital marketing analytics, websites, how to make money on the internet, and most importantly, 75 proven methods that you can use at your businesses to start incorporating the skills that we talk about in class and making money online. So it's with great pleasure that I kick off the class here, talking about the elements of a successful marketing campaign. A successful digital marketing campaign consists of many things. It consists of strategic planning, allocating resources, identifying your customer, your target market, and all these other little things that you may be familiar with here on this slide, such as the strategy, identifying earnings potential, measuring your progress. For it is said in marketing that if you're not measuring, you're not marketing. These little icons on here are some of the social media icons that are also known as chiclets. We're going to be talking about some of these at length, namely YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Google Drive, just to name a few. It's a very exciting class that is really near and dear to my heart. I've been teaching digital marketing for over 4 years at a number of different institutions, and it's really with great pleasure that I bring it here to Santiago Canyon College. One of the other great things about our course here is that it has been built from the ground up based on some principles that I wrote about in my first book, Digital Marketing Foundations. In that book I talk about the history of marketing going back all the way to the 1990s when it really started to emerge in its current form. We'll talk about the commercialization of Yahoo as a search engine, and then later on how it was eclipsed by Google. We'll talk about the analytics that are used in measuring your progress as marketers, not only in the search engine format, but also in these social media formats. More about that to come. Next thing I wanted to introduce to you is the website. We'll talk about the website at length in this class and about how the website is really at the epicenter of the marketing efforts of the organization. We'll talk about how to create one for free on a do-it-yourself website builder such as Wix or Squarespace, and I will give you the tools that you need to launch that website in a very short period of time and start selling your products from that website, or if you would prefer to sell them on a third-party platform like eBay or on Amazon, I'll teach you how to set up eBay and Amazon accounts and start selling products online in one format or the other, and even how to interface them with your Facebook page and your social media accounts. We'll talk about marketing plans in this class, how to create one, the essential elements that a marketing plan needs to contain, and how when you construct this marketing plan to always keep a vision of your customer in the back of your mind, and what the customer wants minus what they get is the unmet needs of the customer and opportunities to fill those needs and make money. So really our mission as marketers is taking what the customer wants. These are the things that could be in the area of new products or products that they already have that quite aren't meeting all of their requirements, the things that they need those products to do, and to be able to recognize those as marketers and capitalize on those opportunities in the new product development process, which I'll talk about at length as we go on. Then as we move toward the later periods of the class, maybe the last 5 or 6 weeks or so, we're going to really take a deep dive into some of the analytics. Many of us probably have an intuitive understanding already of the things that I talked about earlier, such as the website, such as social media. We all probably have some basic understanding of how a search engine works, so we're already kind of familiar with some of that technology, and we've seen it in one way, shape, or form in practice. However, I think the missing piece that a lot of us need to understand on a deeper level is the analytics piece. The analytics piece is taking the data that we get about our customers and about our products and services We take that data, we start to tell a story with it. The litmus test that you can use to determine if you are a story person or a numbers person is one that I'll share with you, kind of how I found out that I was a little bit more of a numbers person, at least at one point in my life. And that was when I was in high school and we read Animal Farm. And we came to class to talk about Animal Farm, and I had read Animal Farm, and I was ready to come to class talking about pigs and a farm and animals and everything, and I came to realize that the story was about a lot more than that. So I realized kind of early that I was a little bit more of a numbers person at that point in my life. And over the years, I've become much more of a storyteller. And that is that without a good story behind all the numbers and the analysis, if you don't have a good story to tell, then those numbers are basically just trivia. And so what I want you to learn in my class is to strike a balance between being a disciplined storyteller and a numbers person. So if you are more of a numbers person, I'm going to teach you how to tell a story. If you're more of a storyteller person, I'm going to teach you how to inject your story with some numbers to give it more credibility and to make you a more disciplined storyteller. Okay, so having said all that, this class, I believe, is going to be a complete overview of digital marketing. We have a few short weeks together to get through a lot of content. What I've done in this particular pilot class is I've combined really what should be two classes into one. We're going to talk about the first part will be kind of I'm going to call it kind of the soft side of marketing, more of the touchy-feeling, more of the strategy, more of the planning, more of the social media technology, kind of the what and the how of marketing. And then as we go through, we're going to get a little bit more granular, we're going to get more technical, we're going to roll our sleeves up and we're going to work. We're going to get some numbers here, we're going to start analyzing data, we're going to create pictures with our data and use those pictures to tell a story. Now, the idea behind all of that is that you're valuable to much more valuable to an organization when you can do that. When you can actually grind the back-end analytics and actually take the social and the web data that you're getting and actually start to put that together, start making meaningful decisions and informing management, or if you're an entrepreneur, informing your own business decisions. That's where a lot of the value added is in marketing. If we pull up a job search on digital marketing and we look at some of the jobs associated with that, as we will later in the course, you'll find that more and more of those job descriptions are looking for people that not just know how to post stuff to Facebook or how to post things on the company webpage, but actually know how to go into Google Analytics and start analyzing things like time on page, time on site, bounce rate, click-through rate, all of these things that we're going to talk about in greater detail later in the class. That's where your marketability will come as a digital marketer. I want to pause for a moment, shift gears. This was one of the books that I published in this space in 2017. This year, at the time that this is being filmed, I published this book, The Digital Marketing Accelerator. It's about 200 and something pages. That is really a composite book that takes a lot of the concepts that I wrote about in Internet Marketing Foundations, combines them with what I wrote in my second book, The Social Media Entrepreneur, took all of those ideas, updated them, and consolidated them into one text. So this is really a great resource for you. You can get it not only on Amazon.com for 99 cents at the time of this writing on your mobile device, but all the students in my class get a free PDF of this text. It's a great resource for you to use that will provide you with some guidance in addition to the topics that we talk about in class. I put a price tag, that at least the nominal value of this class, at $7,680 is what the minimum amount of value that you should be able to extract from this class. And I put a number to it because I want you to kind of see in quantitative terms that, as I mentioned before, the data without a story or a theory behind it is all just trivia, right? The story without the data backing it up is all a bunch of BS, right? So the idea is to give you something tangible here that aim to deliver on this promise here, that I think that I can give you at least $7,680 of value as we go through this course, and I'll show you exactly how that's going to come about. But I want to ask you all how much you're paying for this class. Zero. We are really fortunate here in our division of continuing education that we do not charge tuition for our classes, so really your only incremental cost for being here is your time. And I really want to say thank you very much for spending your time here. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be here in this class. So I want you to leave here extracting some sort of value that you can take with you. And we'll go through a little bit of an itemization of how we came to this number at a future point in the class. And I want to leave you with this. So yes, the class is free, which is, as you'll come to see, one of my favorite words. I will even devote a period of time to this class to talking about the free-to-play economy, basically the freemium economy, as it's been it's been called in this space for quite some time now. So it is with great pleasure, and it is a real privilege to be here with you in this class. I look forward to seeing you all online and here in the classroom with me. Thanks.